Hey, thanks so much for finding the video. Do us a favor. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. And be sure to leave your comment. We love to interact. Enjoy the video. This is a sort of three-pronged conversation. Saints win yesterday, which was a big win for a lot of different reasons. We've got to talk about the win over San Francisco. But we also have to talk about Drew Brees' injury. And what's more, with Drew Brees out now apparently for a significant amount of time, what the Saints do at quarterback, very likely, with Jameis Winston, as we saw yesterday, that's likely to be the case moving forward. So let's take them each as we go, but I'll start with what is the significant news. If you haven't heard yet, Ed Werder, the first to tweet it, results of medical evaluations performed on Saints quarterback Drew Brees revealed he has multiple rib fractures on both sides of his chest and a collapsed lung on the right side. Injuries apparently suffered over 2 weeks. It is uncertain how much time he might miss. Again, that's a tweet from Ed Werder just a bit ago with the extent of the Drew Brees injuries. So a few things here. Let's talk about the game, then Brees, then what they do with Brees out. The Saints have won 6 straight. They're 7-2. This one came after they were able to rally from down 10-0 early and losing Drew Brees. With the offense a little shaky and uncertain because of Brees' injury, the defense had to step up in a massive way, and they did, and that was awesome. 27 unanswered points for New Orleans offensively after getting down 10-0. The defense held the line, which was great to see. A couple of interceptions. Malcolm Jenkins had one. Patrick Robinson in for an injured Marshawn Lattimore came away with one on a really athletic play. The rush defense, again, held an opponent under 100 yards rushing. The Saints now have extended their streak of not allowing a 100-yard rusher to 52 games. They are 1 game away from tying the all-time record held by the Philadelphia Eagles from 1989 to 1992, the Reggie White Eagles teams. The Saints are now 1 game shy of tying that team. You maintain your division lead. Tampa Bay beat Carolina yesterday. So a lot of things are really, really good about what transpired yesterday. Alvin Kamara had 3 touchdowns. You continued pressuring the quarterback. It was really good to see all of that. But all of it comes with this asterisk now because of the Drew Brees injury. And Drew Brees being out could very well pop the Saints bubble. I will maintain that I can't see the Saints winning a Super Bowl without Brees. And that is the goal. That is the singular goal this year that we've all talked about. Drew Brees came back to make one more run at a Super Bowl. Your best chance of winning a Super Bowl is with Drew Brees. Anything short of that is not acceptable this season because this is an all-in season to win a Super Bowl with Drew Brees before he retires. Now, Brees' injury, if he's out for the season, pops that bubble. It doesn't seem like that's the case. No one has declared him out for the year, but multiple broken ribs, a collapsed lung. He's obviously going to need some time to come back from this. The good news is you have a couple of months still before you go into the playoffs. So, and one more factor there. Even if the Saints slide a bit with Brees out, remember, we've had this conversation, and I've held firm on this regardless of where New Orleans has been. A week ago, with their win, they were the 1 seed by virtue of a 3-way tiebreaker. Now, they're the 2 seed, actually, because the 2-team tiebreaker with Green Bay. I said it a week ago, I'll say it again. Seeding has never meant less. You could potentially have an NFL playoff bubble, which means home field is completely negated. And if they go to an 8-team format, nobody has a bye. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to the NFC West, but that whole damn division looks like they're going to get in the playoffs if it's an 8-team playoff, and they're all really good. So even if you're the 1 and you're playing a team out of there, like Are you pumped about having to play the Rams or the Seahawks or the Cardinals? Probably not. So seeding has never meant less. Just get in. You just need Jameis to hold the rope and get in. Which brings us to the third part of the conversation. That's Jameis Winston. Okay. Let me get this out of the way quickly. Okay? For all of you, when the Saints signed Jameis Winston, and by the way, I was the first guy to say, even before he was released, the Saints should go sign Jameis Winston. And a lot of you pointed the finger and laughed at me, and then they did it, and you're like, oh, damn, Scone got that one. Right. And then all you little nincompoops out there, all you silly willies who said, Taysom Hill's the backup. If Brees goes down, it's going to be Taysom Hill. Clearly, they gave Taysom Hill this big contract, and Taysom Hill's the guy. And all along, I told you they were bringing in Jameis Winston to do exactly what Teddy Bridgewater did. If Brees got hurt, they're not going to rely on the guy that's thrown 7 career passes. They're going to rely on the guy that started 70 games, has a 5,000-yard passing season. Of course, that's your insurance policy. When some of you silly willies didn't want to hear it. So, I told you so. There's my big I told you so. Now, I think with a full week to prepare, Jameis Winston will do fine this week against Atlanta. Full week of getting all the first-team reps, knowing he's going to be the guy. It's a very different dynamic than coming off the bench cold in a game when Brees gets hurt. You get all the reps in practice. You know you're going to be the guy. It helps that it's a divisional opponent. And remember, of course, Jameis was in Tampa, so his whole career he's had to play Atlanta. He knows their personnel. He knows their coaches. He knows their schemes. Now, they know him, and so that does work both ways, but 2 of your next 3 are against Atlanta. So I like that factor right there. And the thing that actually kind of makes me excited, and it's a strange way to say it like that. I mean, I don't want to say I'm excited, but we all sort of understand this is it for Drew Brees. Like, we all know, without him really saying it, we all know this is it. This is Drew's last season. So there was going to be this question after the year of, where do you go next? Who's it going to be? Do you try to identify a quarterback in free agency? Do you go the route of the draft? What do? Do you put a Band-Aid on it for a couple of years until the thing collapses and you can draft in the top 5 or whatever? Here's your opportunity. However long Drew's out, this is your opportunity. This is the Jameis Winston test drive. He's reshaped his body, went vegan, lost all the weight. He's had this opportunity now to learn under Drew Brees and Sean Payton, to watch them and how they function. He's in an offense that's going to put him in a position to have a lot of success. He's got talented guys all around him. Kamara's there. Mike Thomas is back. Emmanuel Sanders is back, right? There's never been a better time than right now with this team for Jameis Winston to be the guy. So let's see how you do. If Jameis Winston goes and plays very well, like Teddy Bridgewater did a year ago, then the answer of what to do in the future becomes very easy. You've got your guy. He's already here. Sign him. And if he face plants, well, this was his audition not only for the Saints, but for the rest of the NFL. And the market, I think, becomes lukewarm for Jameis. But at least now you have the opportunity to know. You have like a real-life test drive here with a guy who could very well be your future. Instead of guessing based on his past performance and what you've seen in practice, now you actually get to see him function within this offense. So, yes, there's a ton to play for right now, but it also comes at a time where it's positioning you to determine what this might look like in the future if Jameis Winston is your guy. We're going to get that answer. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.